rappers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come and stretch.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuell reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key. What's good? What's good?
What's up?
Hey, you already know.
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, for you maybe.
Yeah, because my boys redeemed themselves and put
They
themselves
did.
in the number 9 spot.
I figured y'all would redeem yourselves.
Keep working.
I remember you said you're not worried about Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert actually had some good numbers.
Man, we beat ourselves. Ain't nobody beating us. We beat ourselves.
Sure.
You know.
We beat ourselves by
We on the
damn
top.
near
Let's
40
go ahead and
tonight.
hop right on to the episode, fellas.
Let's get cracking.
Y'all crack. Let's talk about Anthony Davis. Now, I did not pray on that man's downfall, first of all. I did say that you said that the Lakers is going to spank us on Christmas Day, and I said, nah, because AD and LeBron James most likely ain't going to play. One of them going to be out. That's what it's looking like. Should the Lakers be concerned? Mr. 50-point, 25 rebound a night man down for the count right now. I think the Lakers going back into a slump is over for them. Done with.
I mean, if you ask me, it seemed like they gave up because you got Pat Bev taunting Chris Paul and they down 40. He ain't got nothing else to lose out there. But nah, seriously, you know what I'm saying? I knocked on wood when you made that little bogus statement, raining on the potential of a great Christmas game. And I was hoping that would have been enough. But when you watching Anthony Davis play at that level, everybody has that lingering question in their head. How long is this going to last? Meaning, when is he going to end up being in street clothes again?
You were saying that too. I mean,
that's why everybody thinking that because he's never been able to play 82 games or even close to 82 games really. So that's why when they were going all in, getting rid of everybody to get him, I said, what are you going to do when he's in street clothes again? You going to tell the coach to play ball? You going to tell Jenny Buss to play ball? That's all you going to have left? Rob Pelinka? I mean, you had Magic Johnson. He could have got out there and did something, I guess. But you gave up the whole damn roster to get him, and he ain't been able to play. So, I mean, it's sad because he was balling. You know what I'm saying? But everybody, if you can get on here or get on any platform and say, I'm never thinking that, everybody thinking like, man, I wonder how long he gonna stay healthy because he balling.
What do you think that impacts his future, Will?
Yeah. It doesn't impact his future as far as probably the Lakers. It impacts the Lakers' future right now because they're not going to win. They're not going to win too many games with Thomas Bryant at your center. Not because he's not capable, but because he don't bring to the game what you gave up all those other assets for. You gave up Kuminga or Kuzma's 4 rebounds because you knew AD was going to get you 12. So his 4 plus BI's 4 plus this 4. Okay, AD covers all of that. You gave us this 12 points here and this 13 points here with these 2, 3, 4 people because AD gonna get you 27. One person can do what 3 people do. But what happened when that one person going? You don't have those other 3 to get you there. Now you're just missing a chunk of basketball. And as you see, the chunk of basketball that they miss it's just production. They trying to bring in everybody. They literally just bringing in everybody to try to add up to what he do, and you can't add up to a once in a lifetime talent. But he not on the court. Don't matter. It don't matter how good your ability is if you're not available. Mm-hmm. Greg Oden was supposed to be that. Be what? What? If you can't get on the court. And we could do it. Grant Hill, like we seen this happen. Brandon Roy, we seen this happen with too many players. And AD is one of the ones. It's like you see it. You didn't even get to see Greg. You see 55 and 17, and a week and a half later, back in jeans.
So I say, how does it affect the Lakers? It's gonna make it damn near impossible for them to win games. Because even some of the games he's balling like that, you know, sometimes they came up short. But you got LeBron James, he's on a tear to get that scoring title. So I think that'll propel. But then also they'll figure out without AD, now it's not deferring to somebody else. Now LeBron James is obviously the best player on your team and your first option. So I think they'll figure it out. When I don't know, maybe while they sitting at home and the playoffs going on. How does this affect the future? It affects their present future, but then also AD's future because he's a generational talent, and you would like to think that his market value is high, but when you see that he just constantly he cannot stay healthy, like it. You trying to trade him because they were at a point like, hey, should we trade AD or LeBron and see what we can get? I don't know how many people were taking AD because it's like it's not like an early injury, or, you know, the first, second injury where you're like, okay, we got a lot of future in front of us. No, this like for a fact he's going to get injured probably 15 times in the season. So I'm not even really entertaining that. And then should there be concerns? Most definitely, because even if you get it to the points where you get to the play-in tournament, is AD there to even make it worthwhile? If he is there to make it worthwhile, is he even there when it matters in the playoffs? Those are questions you got to ask. So with this foot injury, which he's battled a lot of lower extremity injuries, you know, it's a lot of reason to be concerned, you know. So
he ain't getting no smaller. He ain't getting no younger. And he ain't gonna stop running.
What he needs to stop doing is going over LeBron house for Taco Tuesday and get with that $1 million program. LeBron got to keep his durability high. That's what he needs to do.
But the Lakers did one thing that they tried to help. They brought in people that they feel like, even though Thomas Bryant coming back from injury, they got people on the court that they feel like, okay, if we ain't gonna be able to defend y'all, we ain't got AD, let's at least put some gunners on the floor. Like Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, LeBron going out there to score. Bryant, we put some gunners on the floor. So hopefully, ain't no AD.
Moving on to the other topic, Donovan Mitchell finally came back. Please, guys, think about that. Can't get it. He played it. Most importantly, though, they got the dub. Got the win. You definitely want to go in there and win. That's most important.
That was a huge win for them. I say he didn't have one of his best games. He showed you the point where I used to say Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker kind of one of the same, just scoring. They just score. He 23 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, just 1 turnover. Like he ain't really do much of anything. But they got a blowout victory his first time there. So even though he didn't have like just this stellar, you know, outlandish game, his team showed up and supported him in his return back to old stumping grounds, and they held it down for him. You know, Jared Allen, 20-11, 3 blocks, 2 steals. That you know, performances like that helps you get this, you know, damn near 30-point win when you just have like a scoring game.
Yeah. That's another thing. Donovan needed to be on a team like this. Go back to Utah having a good game. I know he wanted to go light them up. Like, you know how I know he wanted to go put one of his 30, 40 on him. But going there and still giving them 20, 23 points, that just still and you blow him out, that feels good still. I know he want to go there and give him a little piece of his mind. I know how I feel wanting to go back. I want to put 50 on y'all head. And I'm in a position where I ain't got to be the point guard here. I ain't got to do everything here. Garland he the point guard. He going to get you to 15 and 10 a night. I'm just a gunner here, and that's all I wanted to do in youth. That's all I was good at. Let me just do what all I got to do here is do what I do.
I think the other thing to add to that is he wanted to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I think they sat down and had a mutual thing. So I don't think there's much animosity. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who didn't quite want to leave. So when Colin Sexton goes back to Cleveland, and Cleveland gave up on him, or when Marketing goes to the Bulls or the Cleveland when they gave like those games. I mean, those teams and franchises where the franchise pretty much gave up on the player. That wasn't that with Donovan Mitchell. They just couldn't put the pieces together.
The city of Utah don't feel like that. The basketball world was saying, "Oh, Donovan Mitchell can't. Donovan Mitchell can't. Donovan Mitchell ain't." The basketball, we were saying, "Oh, he just ain't. He not gonna get you up. He ain't that guy. He ain't the one. He can't do that." We were saying a lot of that.
Or they just ain't have what they needed in Utah.
Yeah, they didn't, and he, that's part of what wanted him. That's part of what he wanted to get. Now he feel like I'm coming back to show y'all I was really that once I got a team. This what happened. Yeah, this what it looked like when I ain't just the one that ain't getting it done. So I feel him. Even if we did leave on good terms, y'all was in here. I was in the papers after we kept losing to Luke and them, and James. They would talk about me when Jalen Brunson was putting them buckets on our head. Yeah, now look at us. Yeah, yeah. Look at my squad now. Look who I came back with.
Hey man. Speaking of another return, Robert Williams back with the Celtics. Celtics ain't looking too hot as of late. Fell down to the number 2 behind the Bucks now, and they 7-4 in the last couple of games, 6-4, something like that in the last 10 games. How y'all feel he did in his first couple of games back?
He just get integrated back. He just get integrated back into the games. Like even getting. He really just a rebounder, run the floor, catch lobs. So he gonna need legs.
He's a defender and a shot.
That too, the defender. But even with that, you gonna need legs. Defensive rotations, you gonna need legs. Being able to guard 2 and 3 positions the way he was when he was in those, and getting back into the speed of the game, he gonna be all right about 4 or 5 games. And I feel like they gonna be all right once they start get 10, 11 games with their regular unit under the unit that's gonna
be. Because I hope they back in rotation too. They all gonna get synchronized together.
What you were saying, Teddy? So the last 10 games, they're 4-6 in the last 10 games. Like Quil was saying, trying to get him back into the rhythm, get his legs under him, get him into the swing of how they function, potentially how they function with a new coach. You also got to consider that they don't have the same coach. So getting him to function with a new coach, but not only are you bringing him back, like you said, Ted, you bringing back Al Horford, and you got to get them into the rotation. So getting him to build his lungs, getting them back healthy, and trying to get to where they were, but also it's a lot of pressure put on that situation when you are the best team in the NBA. Robert Williams come back. That's a lot of pressure to come back to. So I think they'll get it together. They'll figure it out. His first game, 12 rebounds. The next few games after that, 5 rebounds, 5 rebounds. So
12 tonight.
You gave 12 tonight.
Yep.
So yeah, so I think
minutes.
he gonna get it. He gonna get it back going, being a live threat, being a rim protector, being an energy guy. He's that paint presence, that that grit in the paint. He gonna get it back together. I know they gonna need that in order for them to continue. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want a piece like him just sitting on your bench, like Wiseman sitting on the Warriors bench. You don't want that. Somebody come snack that from you.
Practicing game plans with a new coach and getting out there and actually running the new coach's game plan. You gotta see what the cut's like, what we really doing out here at game speed, how I look in game speed. Where can I be effective in this new offense and defensive schemes and stuff in game speed? So he'll be all right.
So I give him. I think I give him like a C+ for his return. Think about a C+. But I ask y'all this question all the time off record. Like, was it worth him playing in the playoffs? Was it worth it? And you say yes, but then if
you mean in the playoffs or in the finals?
In in the playoffs, period. Because what I'm looking at is, what if he never returns to what he used to be? So you took that
Maybe,
final,
but you see, they still number one, or they was
but I'm
number one
saying,
without him.
if you allow him to rest and to fully heal, and you come back with him at the start of the season, you potentially give yourself, especially with the Warriors where they are right now, you give yourself a very good chance at winning the title this year, compared to if you don't have him this year because he's never able to fully recover this year. That's what I'm saying.
But based off of what they record right now, what they're doing now, they still winning. So
yeah,
if
but
we looking at it,
that was without him.
looking at it,
We're
hindsight,
saying we know, and it's not just the record. We're saying for them to win a championship, they're going to need him. If he is limited in the playoffs this year,
that's why they played him last year.
right? But my question is, you looking at that? If he's never able to bounce back,
if he can't. Yeah.
If he's never able to get back to that point, was it worth it? I'm saying no, it's not worth it.
Him
because you gotta think he wasn't healthy. He wasn't healthy last year when he came back.
But yeah.
So
he wasn't.
Right, he wasn't healthy.
You gotta try to give
you put him in the game to risk further injury. We've seen that happen with KD, right? You put him in the game to risk further injury. You weren't going to win the playoffs anyway because he wasn't healthy. So that's when I say you rely on your team. So I'm saying no. You say yes, Ted.
Yeah, I feel that. I also think that the Celtics kind of was in a position where they
win now.
We're kind of like went that we don't know what next year. We got to the Eastern Conference finals before, and then we didn't even get back here for another 3 years.
You don't know.
Let's do this all right now. Whereas the Warriors, like,
y'all used to that. Y'all go every year.
Been there before. Sit down,
y'all without. Yeah, y'all go every year. Y'all there every year. You win with Clay. You win without Clay. You do this. You do that. You win it. The Celtics or any team in the East, for real, you gotta go.
Yeah, but
because y'all the only dynasty. Y'all the only dynasty that's in the 2000s like this though. Y'all go year in and year out. Y'all in the finals, year in and year out.
So while we talking about that,
the young players is Robert Williams, Jason, Jalen, and Marcus Smart. If y'all keep those healthy and together,
but how young is Marcus Smart though?
Nah, he not young.
He's not young, but he part of the boys.
He's not young.
So while we were talking about the Warriors, Ted,
yes, sir,
going to get us into that next piece.
All right, look, we're going to go ahead and talk about Steve Kerr and his job. Now, based off of what y'all said, I don't think Steve Kerr is in jeopardy of losing his job.
So he kind of like untouchable.
Pretty much, but based off of what y'all saying, though, how y'all incorporating y'all young pieces and y'all bench players and allowing them to shine and allow them to do what they do, I don't see – they just getting out work right now without y'all leader on the squad, and then the other two leaders is doing up and down. Draymond is up and down. Clay is up and down. Y'all most consistent player is out right now. I mean, I don't feel like Steve Kerr. I don't feel like Steve Kerr will ever lose his job.
And that's the problem.
I think he's solidified.
He needs to be in jeopardy.
Should be in jeopardy because you're starting to see some players, some coaches, like you said, some coaches are good guard coaches. Some coaches are good player development coaches. Some coaches are good defensive coaches. Some coaches are great big man coaches. Steve Kerr has only been a great guard coach in his career. Every guard that's come through here has been great. He inherited Draymond, Klay Thompson, and Steph. We got Iggy and all the other guards, Livingston and Barbo. We got them. And then he got Poole and he got all the Andrew Wiggins. He got a bunch of wing players that he can do good. But of all the he drafted a number 2 player. He haven't developed him. Poole had to become Poole on Poole's own. He didn't develop Poole. Poole developed I seen Poole start going crazy in the G League. He didn't develop the young talent. Kuminga has not got sent back to the G League, and in his years here, he hasn't developed. Like Steph and them can't. Steph, Drake, Clay, and Clay's not Clay. Steph can't hold it up by himself. Draymond ain't gonna give you that, and Poole ain't the bench. He can't be the whole bench. So what has Kerr done? And what is Kerr doing?
It's all in the resume now.
So to add to that, we've seen coaches go from championship to ugly season to like, all right, you gotta get the hell up out of here. Because ain't no way we just dropped like that. It was cute at the beginning of the season, right? Being the best, one of the best road home team, being the worst, one of the worst road teams. At this point, it's like, I just shit get on my damn nerves. Like, Kerr, you gotta coach. Like you can't just be sitting there and silent. Like, no, bro, you need to coach. I ain't talking about getting up and getting the technical. No, you need to start coaching. Kuminga has no skill. If you ask me, when I'm watching these young rookies, Mathurin, Nembhard, like Ivy,
Paolo,
like when I'm watching these rookies and they got skills, like they getting the contact, they absorbing, they long arming, high up the backboard, all that. Kuminga just stiff arm, and I'm like, oh my God, bro. And then like you saying, like they ain't even trying to use Wiseman. I seen him with Steph Curry on his backside today. They ain't drop it to him. Then when they start dropping it to him, you see he went off for 30. So yeah, you had a 30-point outing. But y'all got damn near beat by 30. I think y'all got beat by between 30 and 40. I got to go back and look, but I knew it was ugly, right? So I think his job should be at jeopardy. Every year you hear me complaining about him because he doesn't coach, and I need him to coach because right now we're at risk of a lot. We're gonna be put in a position where Curry got to pull a Jordan. Come back rookie season. They ain't his rookie season, but come back your rookie season, Jordan, and get us to the playoffs. Granted, that was Jordan's choice, but that's the position Curry gonna be put in. Kerr, when are you gonna look and say, all right, Klay Thompson, every veteran got to go through this. Maybe it's the time for you to come off the bench because we not getting that production out of you, Klay. Because you can only play here, and then you ain't playing next game, and you play here, and you can't really keep that rhythm. Your shot short, your legs ain't up under you. Like you see all these other people that'll never go down as one of the greatest shooters in the history of basketball, shooting way better than you, playing basketball way better than you. It reminds me of my bro who was killing basketball in 8th grade. To this day, he still swear he's the best basketball player, but you still play like you in the 8th grade. That's Klay Thompson. You still play like it's 2019. It's not 2019 no more, Klay. Like, look at what D-Book doing. D-Book don't do too much more that you can't do. Dribble a little bit, take your little fade shot, post them up, take the little fade shot. You're not doing any of that.
Who is he talking about, though? Jake over there. Who are you talking about, first of all?
I'm talking about my brother, not y'all.
Talking about JJ.
I was gonna say, hold on. You got a bunch of brothers.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know
That's what I said. Hold on.
Yeah. So I think his job should be at jeopardy, especially he don't start coaching. We just became the first team since the Bulls to be a defending champion to get blown out and consecutive by 30 points in consecutive games. Like we go and beat the Raptors. Then you turn around and lose to this team. Then you lose to the Knicks the way you lost to the Knicks. Granted, they're on an 8-game winning streak, so good job to the Knicks. But then the Knicks turn around and lose to the Raptors. And I'm like, well, I guess this tells you how the season going. Anybody can win any given night, but it's still like y'all have to show up. Y'all wait till y'all down by 40 to come back and close the lead to get it within 15. Just think if you was playing like that from the beginning. Just think if y'all were playing basketball from the beginning. So Steve Kerr job should be at jeopardy because you're down there with the Lakers right now. Arguably one of the worst teams in the league. You're one of the worst road teams in the league. The damn Rockets probably got more road wins than we do.
There's no way Eric Spoelstra or Tyloo could have started the season with the same roster that Steve Kerr started, and we have this record.
No.
There's no way Tyloo started with Clay. We started the year with Steph, Clay, Poole, Wiggins. Everybody was here. There's no way either one of them coaches start with that same team, and we have this record.
Hell, Doc Rivers might do a better job. Shit.
Mike Brown, It's no way Mike Brown started the year with this team and we have this record.
Look what Mike
look
Brown
at the team
doing.
because look at the teams they got and look at what they started with. They didn't have Paul George or Kawhi. Their record's better than ours. They got De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. Their record's better than Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Pools and Wiggins. They couldn't have started with our team. They have lesser talent. In my opinion, they have lesser talent and they're doing more with less talent because they're coaching. They're when they playing basketball over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell we doing.
Yeah.
You can't tell me Eric Spoelstra start with this Warriors, the championship Warrior team, and then come back the next year.
Eric Spoelstra stay with games with no Oladipo. Hell, he just got back. No Kyle Lowry. No Bam Adebayo for stints. No Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler like Klay Thompson. He in and out all the damn time. One more missed game, he like Iggy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he stayed with his top players being out, but he's still winning. He's still like we can't figure it out right now. So should Kerr's job be at jeopardy? Yes. Y'all want to start a petition? We could do that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm joking.
Ain't going nowhere.
I'm just joking. But nah, seriously, like he got to start coaching. Like I'm watching these games. I'm sitting there looking at it like, damn, man, KD was shaking the shit out of Wiseman. He was shaking.
Hire a coaching staff that can do some better.
And then I look.
You need to hire a better coaching staff.
Why is it every team we play against shoot like the Warriors we know? Except us.
Move the ball like the Warriors we know, too.
Only time we shot like
watching
that was...
thing whip around like... Y'all should have a hand. Y'all know where the ball going. Y'all do this. Like, y'all should have a hand in the passing lane right there.
They say they beating the Warriors at their own game. Exactly. So... I
don't know what to call it, man.
Well, y'all play the Grizzlies for Christmas.
Yeah. So
they ain't looking pretty.
So hopefully Wiggins come back. He in some type of shape. Hopefully we get
real talk.
Hopefully we got JaMychal Green as well. Hopefully we got a long break. So Klay Thompson, hopefully you playing. And like hopefully you actually play. Because seriously, if you don't show up, they need to evaluate you coming off the bench.
I love Loney. Star Wiseman. I love Loney.
Nah, don't take it.
Or just get Wiseman. Just get Wiseman more minutes. Just get Wiseman more minutes.
I love Loney. Star Wiseman. I love Loney. You drafted him number 2. You're gonna keep playing with this man's career. You see he's scoring. He scored the ball left and right. Klay not scoring the ball left and right.
All right.
Wiseman. Star Wiseman.
You know what? Start this debate segment right now. Let's get into it.
Let's get this.
Question of the day was the competition for Michael Jordan limited compared to that of players like Kobe and LeBron? It's still between me and Quayle's little quarrel we had the other day.
So what do you say then?
I say that the players of today have more competition than that of Michael Jordan in the 90s.
So this is what I say. All right, sucker. Fuck no. Okay? Let's put it this way. Compare the GOAT of our time, LeBron James, to the GOAT of basketball all time, Michael Jordan, right? You could say that their careers are kind of like identical. All them first few years took them both about the same amount, about 7 to 9 years to get to the finals type thing. You know, I got to go look. But I think around like 7 years to get to the finals and they lose and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
Brian only took, what, 4 years, 5 years?
No, they took about
he went in 07. He got drafted in 03. And he got there
Jordan
in 07.
Made it to the finals. So about 5 years. About 5 years. Because Jordan went to the finals in 90, 89 and 90. That's when he went. So about 5 years. Okay. So they do their thing, right? People like to ignore the teams that Jordan had to go through. You got to think Jordan had to go through the Pistons, who ain't just had one star. He had to go through. I ain't done.
They say the Pistons in 90,
He said,
91.
let him
I'm
finish.
reading it right now. The Pistons are ranked the 10th hardest team that he had to go through. The 90-91 Pistons when he won
I
the
ain't
straight
done.
championship. 90-91. Go ahead.
So like I say, compare it. So let's look
Yeah.
at the 89-90. He went through the Bucks, the 76ers.
No, the 89-90, he didn't go to the finals. And if he did, he lost. Because 90
Yeah, he lost. Yeah, he lost to the Pistons. But I'm just saying this one season, this 1 year, he went through the Bucks, the 76ers, then he lost to the Pistons, right? The Bucks, we can go back and look, but the 76ers had pretty decent people. Then you go to the Pistons. Then 91, the Knicks, the 76ers, the Pistons, and the Lakers. At what point did he have an easy series? And which one of those did he have an easy? Not an easy series because he Jordan. Like Jordan was Jordan. But I'm saying when you look at the people on those teams, which of those were easy series? Then 91-92, the Heat, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Blazers. And if you go back and do your research, the Cavs probably didn't have any eye catchers, but they were in the playoffs down there every season. The Cavs keep showing up in the Jordan playoffs. Then you go to 92-93, the Hawks, the Cavs, the Knicks, the Suns. 94-95, the Hornets, the Magic. That's the year he came back and lost. 95-96, the Heat, the Knicks, the Magic, the Sonics. 96-97, the Bullets, but you can throw them out the window. The Hawks, the Heat, the Jazz. And then his last year, you got the Nets, the Hornets, the Pacers, and the Jazz. So on all them teams, I can tell you it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 Hall of Famers that he done played, and some of them was on the floor at the same time when he was going against them. Now think about LeBron James when he was running through the East and never hit competition until he ran into the Pacers or the Raptors in the conference finals. When he was going through the damn Bulls who ain't have anybody on their team, Nate Robinson and Kurt Heinrich was playing 40 minutes before Jimmy Butler was Jimmy Butler. That's when he was making.
He had to go through the Celtics.
I'm gonna say let's not disrespect LeBron.
No. I'm talking about. I'm talking about specific years. When he kept playing the Bucks in the first round, the Jeff T. Hawks.
Quail, say something to him, please, brother.
Listen,
say something to him.
I get it.
Y'all, you talking about all the years where he was losing. I'm talking about when he's winning.
The years that he were winning.
I didn't talk about the years when Jordan was losing.
You talking about competition in general? That wasn't
right. But what I'm saying is, you can go to the years when LeBron was losing. I didn't talk about when damn Jordan was losing to the Celtics, and I didn't talk about that. I talked about the years he was winning. Look at his road to championships, the years he was winning. You do that for LeBron. LeBron didn't hit competition until the fucking conference finals.
But having competition just because you got a Hall of Famer on your team, the Sixers with Barkley, the Sixers were trash. That's why Barkley left them. They're not even listed as one of the best teams Jordan even had to ever play.
What team LeBron is the Raptors listed? Or the
best
Pacers
team
listed?
ever? If LeBron never had to go against the best team ever
the
assembled,
Hawks?
If LeBron never had to go against the best team ever assembled, we would never be talking about how many championships he had.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
to Jordan,
his route, he would get all the way to the conference finals or the finals before he had a challenge. So right. How can we talk about his route was harder than Jordan's? Jordan was playing dogs every round. Challenge.
He wasn't. No, just because they're nostalgia teams because we know names. They're nostalgia teams because
they're Hall of Famers.
Listen, this is also the 90s. There's a lot of people on that 75 list in Hall of Famers that shouldn't be there.
75?
The top 75 all time.
I thought you was talking
There's
about
a lot of people on these lists that shouldn't be there. Dwight Howard's not on the list.
He shouldn't be there then.
Okay, listen, Dwight Howard's not on the list. So it's a lot of people that shouldn't be there. Alonzo Mourning's on there. Dwight Howard's not. So
I mean, that's because Anthony Davis took his spot.
And Alonzo Mourning is still on there, and Dwight Howard's not. So
Alonzo Mourning was a respectable.
And his teams, we think about Dominique Wilkins. He played against them, or they're not Dwayne Wade. They didn't put the ball in the hoop like that. They not. He didn't. They
Man,
not
go look at
Toronto
them
and
guys'
Chris
numbers,
Bosh.
bro.
I've looked at their numbers. I've looked at their numbers. A lot of these guys were 20-point scorers, 22-point scorers. They not D Wade giving you 29 a night. The way D Wade was giving you 29.
When D Wade
They
do
not
that?
the Celtics scoring on all three levels from three different people. And
LeBron went and joined D Wade, and that's when LeBron started winning.
LeBron went to the finals before that and had to go against Tim Duncan.
He didn't win though.
Tony Parker.
He didn't start winning.
So you're telling, but listen, going to the finals and playing against Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Ginobili, one of the best teams ever assembled.
I mean, Jordan played against John. I mean, not
John Stockton and Karl Malone. Thank you. Not one of the best team ever assembled, though. Not one of the best. They're not Tim. Exactly. He played against John Stockton, Karl Malone. He also played against John.
But my thing is, LeBron James had an easy road to the finals.
Magic Johnson and that, but rolling through the East, he only had to play against Patrick Ewing and John Starks.
Who?
The Knicks.
Who?
He only had to play against a Reggie Miller in the Pacers. Jordan, one Reggie Miller at the Pacers. When he got to Cleveland, he had to play against
Reggie Miller in the Pacers.
Yeah. He only had to play when he was going through the East.
He had Chris Mullin.
Okay, listen. So you're right, they did.
Yeah, Mark Jackson.
His 17 a night. We had Udonis Haslem back then. They on these teams, these playoffs.
I mean, but even if you look at the Spurs, Tim Duncan and that one averaging 30.
What are you talking about? Do you against the young Tim Duncan? Or you? Why do you think
he wasn't averaging 30?
Bro,
don't look it up.
Tim Duncan playoff? What are you talking about, bro? He was giving you 30 and 16 a night.
We're gonna have to continue this one. Y'all gonna have to go with y'all homework. We're gonna have to continue this one. We're gonna have to. He wasn't averaging 30.
He disrespect. And Kobe. We didn't even get on the Kobe
LeBron
side.
ain't play Kobe, bro.
We said Kobe and LeBron.
I
Michael Jordan.
Specified
the question
Kobe.
was,
LeBron. I specified
man,
LeBron.
Sign us out.
All right, man. Y'all know what it is. It's been real. We're gonna continue this bullshit. It's your boys, Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuell. Top of the key. Get at us. Fuck y'all. LeBron James, you ain't shit. Michael Jordan, you legit.
You talk ready? Hope you patch shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn, you gon' get it back. These just my confession. Stay in traffic, can't get picked off like no shit and duck. Keep one in the tuck. Wife be mad, but bet she still gon' fuck. Don't speak